Hey guys, it's Andrew from 510 Books here at my warehouse. Been meaning to make more videos this week. Didn't happen, but here I am. I actually did something out of the ordinary for me that it's not happened since March of last year. Is I actually went to a thrift store with the sole purpose of looking through the books for books to sell on Amazon, and any ones that just popped up that I could sell on eBay as well. But basically Amazon. And so I actually went there with my scanner, my phone, spent over an hour and a half, maybe closer to like an hour and 45 minutes, and did pretty good considering. Haven't done it in a while. Um, I think I bought 22 books for resale. One of them I'm going to put on eBay. So 21 books on Amazon. Four of them were merchant fulfilled, so that leaves 17. Yes, that's right. It was 17 books for FBA. I know that now. I remember now because I actually I sent in an FBA shipment today, listed it this morning, packed it up, and then dropped it off this afternoon at UPS. And it was 17 books, and those were all from the thrift store from yesterday. Today is Friday, by the way, July 30th, 2021. So yeah, I did that, and a couple things. Number one, this is one of my favorite thrift stores in the area. That when I used to go to thrift stores regularly, this is one that I've been to. I mean, dozens for sure. Probably closer. I mean, I don't even know, but dozens of times. And I usually find some good stuff there. Not, it's not. When I go there when I was going there consistently, I'd probably go there every couple weeks, minimum once a month. I try to wait a couple weeks to make sure that they get some more books in, that kind of thing. But it was always one of the better spots. And so I didn't find any, $100+ textbooks or anything like that. But a good amount of solid books. And so of those 17 that I sent in, by the way, I spent $24 and change. That includes tax. It's about $24.50 I spent, including tax. And I bought a book actually for resale on eBay, and I bought another book that I'm going to read personally. So it was a little bit less than 24, so maybe like 22 bucks. So around $1 a book. There were some that I got for 75 cents, $1, a few for $2. They were having, tag sale, color tag sale, so some of them were 50% off. A good amount of them, more than half actually. So of the 17 that I sent in, the potential profit, according to Seller List, the potential profit was about $125. So not bad off of, 22, 23 bucks. Yeah, so I was happy with it. Of course, back in the day, 6 years ago, before Amazon had its huge increase in fees, I would have found probably double, if not triple that, because there were books that I was finding that there wasn't enough profit, but there would have been an extra maybe like $3, anywhere between like $2 to $4 of profit on these quick selling, lower profit items that now you'd be lucky to make, if you're buying for $1, let's say, you'd be lucky to make double your money, right? But 5-6 years ago, you could make $5-6 profit off of that. So they lopped off a huge chunk of profit on those sort of bread and butter books. What I mean by that is fast selling, lower profit, but quick selling books that you could flip really quick, and you could build up a hefty percentage of your inventory with those books. And those were really nice because they would basically hit the warehouse and they would sell sometimes immediately the same day they went live, sometimes within a couple days, sometimes a couple weeks, but basically building that up, you were just constantly selling those books quickly, and that was nice. A certain percentage of your inventory could sell fast. You can still sell books fast on Amazon, but a lot of these books that had more built-in profit before went away. And so as a small seller, you can't really make money doing that, FBA. If you're getting the books for, in Gaylords, either for free or for pennies or nickels, and you're doing high volume, then those kind of books, if you're only making $1 to $2 off of them, but you're selling thousands of those a month, then, well, that adds up, right? That can be worth it. But anyway, So that stood out to me. The other thing is too, uh, it's pretty boring just scanning. I have to say, I forgot what it was like to just go in with your scanner and your Scoutly or whatever your scouting app, and just pull the books off, scan the barcode, scan the barcode, scan the barcode. You do that hundreds of times, depending on how many books there are. I don't know how many scans I did, hundreds, several hundred. Um, and some books that looked promising, they didn't have a barcode. I would scan the ISBN. I didn't scan every ISBN because I was really just trying to be quick about it and just kind of counting on the experience I have for certain books that even if it didn't have a barcode, it wasn't going to be worth it for me to look it up, the ISBN up. So that was one thing that stood out. It is definitely tedious. It's definitely, if that's something you're only doing Amazon, only scanning, I mean, it's pretty boring stuff, and then it's not, I mean, it's not like what I'm doing is thrilling and glamorous. However, I get to do different things, right? So when I get donations or when I make a big bulk buy or even get Gaylords, sure, a big chunk of it is, a percentage of it is scanning, but then, also looking, then I get to look up stuff on eBay. I get to decide if something I can sell locally, that kind of thing. So it kind of spices it up, gives a little more variety. But anyway, so that was something that stood out to me. I'm not saying, there's anything wrong with just selling on Amazon FBA or just scanning. Do whatever you want to do your thing. That's great, especially if you're making money and profit and all that. But it just stood out to me. It's like, wow, if I was doing this, which I used to, I used to do it as many days as I could, it could get pretty tedious. But of course, it's nice when you send them in and you start seeing that money grow. So then it motivates you to keep doing the tedious work. That's what's required, But other thing that stood out is it's much quicker, of course, to use all the data on Amazon, excuse me, than as opposed to using the app on eBay, which is very helpful, but it doesn't give you any type of sales rank or how many times something has sold. I mean, of course, you can look at the solds. That's only in the last 3 months, at least on your phone. Of course, if you're in your computer, you might be able to access 12 months of that if you have a store, et cetera, et cetera. But still, it's not the same amount of data that you can get with all the charts and the sales rank and how many books have sold in the last period of time, more than 3 months anyway. Excuse me, 6 months. And so having all that data at your fingertips it's much quicker, right? You can get through so many more books. But also, I reiterated to me the importance of selling on eBay and being able to spot things, or at least, saying, oh, this is an older book, doesn't have an ISBN, but it looks like, could be worth looking up. I found one that has potential. It was actually a signed book back either from the 50s or 60s. We'll see. It's a little tiny gamble because it's not like it's selling like crazy on eBay. But no one else had a copy that was signed. And there were a few that had that version of it or that early printing. So anyway, we'll see. It was only either $1 or $2 to buy that book. So not much of a risk. Excuse me, losing my voice. And so yeah, I realized even though most of the books I was looking at on the shelves at this thrift store were scannable, had barcodes, or had ISBNs at least, the few that didn't, I could say, oh, well, this looks interesting, or I've seen this before, this doesn't look interesting. Not going to waste my time on this, etc. So that's helpful as well. I had that old feeling of scanning and like, oh, are they okay with me scanning? Of course they don't care. But it's funny because now some people come to my sale and they scan my books, which I'm totally fine with. Go right ahead, right? If you're gonna find anything, good for you. We both benefit. But anyway, I had that old feeling. And another thing is there was hardly anybody in the thrift store, and this was later in the afternoon. I never went that late. I would always go in the morning, pretty much right after they opened, and might stay until the late morning or till lunch, just depending on how much stuff they had out. Or also might go to 2 thrift stores at the same day, same morning. But there wasn't very many people there, so I don't know. Who knows? There were definitely different workers there. Probably because of the pandemic, they had to let go everybody and rehire people once they reopen. But anyway, that's going to be everywhere basically, that kind of situation. So that's not a huge surprise, but it's always eye-opening. And yeah, so I would say this is something I've been thinking about doing, going to thrift stores again once in a while when I have the time, because I don't come across that many books for Amazon. So certain thrift stores that have proven to be more have better books, I've thought about revisiting to do that once in a while, maybe once a week. I'll try shoot for it, but anyway, as often as I can, when I have a couple hours that I can do that, make sure it's worth it, right? I don't want to go to the thrift stores that were not very profitable. There's some that closed, there's some that moved. So anyway, we'll see. But it's a nice way for me to send in more stuff to Amazon, which is specifically FBA. Really, I'm focusing on FBA. If I find stuff from Merchant Fulfilled, I'll do that as well. But I prefer FBA because I just want to, buy it. Great thing about Amazon FBA, I just want to buy it, list it, pack it up, ship it out, be done with it, and add to, get more, make more money on Amazon, try to grow that a little bit more. So anyway, so I thought I'd share that with you. Aside from that, this next week I have my sale. So I will spend next week basically preparing for that. I already have all the books, well, a lot of the books that I'm going to put out over here and over on the other side. And I've already got CDs and DVDs and Blu-rays, and some records as well. So yeah, that'll be good. So that sale is going to happen in a week from today. Fingers crossed that it goes as well as last month's, which was my best so far, in terms of how much I grossed. So yeah, guys, hold on one second. All right, I gotta go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Take care. Hope you find some good books. Stay safe. Bye.